Like oxygen
Uh-huh.
masks aren't that expensive.
Well, no, the 300 was for the tanks, the mask, the suit, the
Oh, I thought it was
flippers.
3,000.
Oh no, that's the rebreather. Rebreathers are 3 grand. They're normally in real life about double that. So I just knocked that price in half. But I was looking up to see what is the fucking advantage of the rebreather. Basically, it lasts a lot. It's super efficient by comparison. Super efficient. Like the tanks, you'll get like 45 minutes out of a tank. The rebreather, theoretically filled with oxygen, closed supply. It says the diver could theoretically stay underwater for 2 days. So super efficient by comparison. And of course, you're not going to have people seeing the bubbles and shit if you're wanting to do some fucking special forces shit because Pete's character is all about special forces shit.
Mm-hmm.
Shows him slapping a guy repeatedly. Yeah, yeah. I was like, stop slapping me.
So I'll spend 7 grand on, or 8 grand on just getting us like
Scuba it up. Yeah. Now,
scuba.
keep in mind all the scuba and rebreather shit and everything. Pretty much you take it in and you got it hidden. And then when you want to get it somewhere, you go back and you lug that shit over
Mm-hmm.
because it's heavy as fuck. In fact, I'd recommend like stealing some shopping carts or some shit. Shows the fucking baggage guy shooting at your fucking van as you leave with his shopping carts hanging from it. My carts now, bitches.
Well, we can get
Or
like
you just buy.
rolling chests, like the chests that have the wheels on them that have the extendo handles.
You could get those, but a little red wagon is much cooler.
No.
Okay, fine, fine.
So, are you ready to try this?
Mm-hmm. I was just reading up what they use. I was reading an article on what sewer workers use.
What do they use, Pete?
What's the thing? There's a picture of gear, but there's not really saying about it.
They won't tell us, huh? I see.
Required to wear tracking equipment. Atmospheric readings also taken. Yeah, but what do they use if they have to enter into it? That's no good. It's some article by injury lawyers.
Were you blown up in a sewer system? Come help us sue them for blowing your ass up. Ugh.
So actually, the firefighting or scuba rebreather is the same thing.
Really?
Well, at least it is, because I found one on eBay for 1,500 used, and it says can be used for either.
Uh-huh. Well, you bought brand new shit as
Oh no,
opposed
no, no,
to
no! I'm not talking about saving money. I don't give a shit about
oh,
that.
okay,
I'm talking about that our rebreathers
Portability and
are
bulkiness.
multi-use. We can use them to get through the poison, and we can use them to go underwater. We just
sure,
need different kind of masks for each, time.
makes
Um,
sense.
and the masks are also like they don't. You can breathe in them and they don't get all fogged up. You can get anti-fog ones, and those are about 500 a piece too. Which is why I'll spend another 1,000 just to make sure that we have everything we need, so we don't get fucked with.
Done. Cut two, cave in. Still no carpentry.
I flick it off. So where I'm wanting to go, Logan, is there's. Let's see, I don't remember where that. See, because cave one of the rough dug out ones looked like claws dug them out.
I know what you're talking about. In through the shitty area of town,
Yes.
near the Go Die Skate Park.
Yeah. But see, there's that we can get there from, even though we're not in that time period.
Oh, sure. You guys go over to Go Die Skate Park. That's the name of it. In Cyberpunk, it may have always been the name of it. In Red Carpet, they definitely changed the name to it after everybody went there and died. So you go in on one. Your choices of direction are either to a cave-in or toward the oddly clean large room.
The large room, because that's where a lot of bodies were in the other time period, I believe.
You go to the oddly clean large room. From there, you can either go to a different room or contortions through some shit.
Isn't the contortions, you contortions through, and then on the other side is where the, no, we widened that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah. This isn't a contortions of plus 30 or something now?
It was a plus something. I don't remember. All I know is that we widened it with the hammer and chisels and shit.
Contortions of plus 30 it is.
Correct.
It's a great way to get a fucking check in your contortion skill.
Contortions. Huh. At plus 30.
I'm assuming you guys are going back and forth and lowering shit down. It's not fast, but on the other hand, you're hiding out from potential assassination attempts. So, you know. Wow, you both got crits. Fine.
Yep.
Yeah, if you could do that some of the other ones, that would be great. Anyway, you guys go through there, and then it's a climb down. I just need a basic climbing roll from you guys. I'm assuming you have ropes to lower your gear and shit.
Yeah.
It's a lot more dangerous doing this here than in the, as Pete finds out, hold on, let me look up your damage here, buddy. One story fall.
It's much nicer because they fall and then you just like wait until you come back to life.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you guys wanted to go there to explore, that's up to you. Because it's not like you don't know how to get there. Pete, you take a D6 damage, half real, half stun, laying on your back, wondering if you'd like to go back to the other place and do the zone exploration, but then you won't find out what Indigo's freaking out about, maybe.
All right, so one stun, one real.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so much easier in Red Carpet to do this. It's like, I fall off a cliff. I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah, Pete's like, my back.
My neck and my back.
My neck and back and pelvis. I'm losing hit points quick. So after the climb down, then you guys go to the hand/claw dug tunnels. And I see 1, 2, 3, 4.
Cave number 1 is the one that has the scuba gear needed.
Slimy floors is going clockwise. I see slimy floors. That eventually goes to the junkyard. No, I don't think that's the one you mean. And now one was stalactites, stalagmites, and that's flooded.
And that's number 2.
That's number 2.
All right, hold on. I need to change numbers on those two. Those two are just flip-flopped.
No worries. Yeah, basically he's doing little short jaunts to try to get him straight. Next number 3, I guess, was roots hanging down from the. No, before that is roots hanging down from the roof have been cut back. And then number 4 is the area where mini explosions happened. Number 4 was toward explosions.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
Oh, actually, at number 4, you can give me a spot hidden if you'd like.
Are they reset up? I got it.
Not only reset up, but made a lot nastier here.
Okay.
So, yeah, number 4 is Death Trap. Number 5 is that's the hidden road thing that goes to the unlocked grate.
The old architecture building.
Well, no, your map has gotten confused. The catacomb. Well, the catacombs. If you go through, I believe Trapland, you get there.
Okay.
Let me double check. Yeah, Trapland takes you to the catacombs. This one will take you back to modern built sewers eventually.
Okay.
The sewers are made to be confusing as shit, so yeah, good luck. Also, you notice that it's a lot of the same shit here. It's enough the same that you're starting to get the opinion that the sewers are the sewers, if that makes sense. You
There
also
is
there's no Zool, only Gozer.
Well, there's no time period difference. Like it all happens at the same time. Is that what you mean?
They exist outside of the
Time-space
realms
continuum?
outside the realms that sit on top of them. They're all the same.
Give me evidence analysis rolls for Logan to say some groovy shit. Try to make it good enough to impress Logan. You're not trying hard, Chris.
Life is full of disappointments.
Critical evidence analysis.
You're thinking that the sewers may be their own zone that's influenced by whatever's above it, but it's still its own zone. Hence, that's good news for you guys. That means, with your critical, that if you were to say, we're going to go to red carpet to investigate it, it'll be enough the same that you should be okay. Because if you, in fact, that area that you dug out that you went through, I thought you dug that out in red carpet, but it's still dug out here. So your guess with your critical evidence analysis is if you do something in one, then like if you dig out an area in one, then maybe a cave-in happens in a different zone so that it matches up a little bit closer. It won't be exact, but it's definitely close enough. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So we can take all our gear out.
However, I would like to point out that with your critical, actually, you may be in the right place for some special shit that there may be special things that only exist in one zone and not another. And with his crit, I'll just say, you're in the right zone, baby. I would do it here, even though it's fucking dangerous as shit. Stay away from the smugglers. They're bad, okay? They have access to more than claymores here.
Yeah.
They make claymores look like fucking crack rock.
Well, let's go down to what you have deemed as cave number 2, because that's the stalactites with the water.
All right, no problem. Basically, I don't need to roll on that one. You guys paddle around. It doesn't go anywhere. No worries. By the way, time will pass. I'm assuming you guys are eating, drinking, sleeping, going to different places, getting rested, going back in. I'm assuming all that.
Does magic work different here?
Let's cast some spells.
As in, is it as hard to do down here as it is above ground?
Yes, it is. You discover that. But you can still do, like, pretty much... well, do some more exploration. Then your guys can do all their magic shit. Then they can wander around with no spell points and do more exploring.
Well, there's one thing I need to do. Is I'm going to cast phase first, no matter what.
That's probably a smart idea.
2,
Sounds good.
3.
Why, when you push the button, there's so many rolls going by, Chris?
5.
He's counting.
Willpower.
Oh.
Willpower spell. So if I don't make the willpower, it doesn't matter. So, but I will keep. But it just makes it go faster.
And it gives you a check in willpower if you cast a spell. So everything's
Phase
super.
is go.
Mm-hmm.
My first roll for phase.
Okay, so
Do you have a phase up also, Chris?
Yes. So we want to go to cave number 6, which takes us to the old mine shafts.
From the hand claw dug shit, going around the contortions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hidden road. That takes you to a hidden road. Oh wait, number 7 takes you climb down to the old mine shafts. Fine.
And then number 1 of the old mine shafts is flooded, isn't it? Because there's 3 there. There's flooded, low ceiling, and then tunnel.
Let's see, old mine shafts. I gotta make this bigger because I got them big. Let's see. In there, what's over here? 1 goes to the cemetery. 1 goes to a maze. No, sorry. 1 goes to cemetery. 1 goes to a cave-in. 1 goes back to hand claw. That's back where you came. 1's a low ceiling, and then you climb up to a long tunnel. It goes to a maze. 1 goes to other
That goes to
old mine
hopscotch,
shaft.
tunnel contortions, and collapsed. The collapsed one.
Going through the second old mine shafts, it goes to the graffiti gold is gone, so are we, or the contortions, or the partially collapsed tunnel where there's a path on the side of what appears to be a mountain with a big nasty drop, or a collapsed tunnel.
Desert, and that we have the location on that one. Okay.
Yeah. No, I think you've pretty much explored all of the mine shaft shit.
We need to get to the modern sewers.
Done. You are now in modern sewers.
And then we go to number 7, which is a climb down.
Hold on. Well, you have to remember that mine are not numbered, and it also depends on which you start going from. From the secret door passage, what number are you looking at?
So the secret door passage, that's number 1.
Okay.
And great to the hand claw.
Mm-hmm.
3 mazes. And then
it goes flooded, maze, maze, maze. The flooded one you have not checked out yet.
All right, we'll go to the flooded one because now I know my numbers are completely fucked and gone, which means that my map is garbage.
Okay, no problem. Give me a scuba roll. Good luck. It's 1 roll for a long time of doing shit. Did Pete roll a 96?
Nah, that was casting a spell.
I was just imagining Pete floating upside down like a goldfish. Oh, they're Doc's floating upside down like goldfish against the roof.
I use my reroll.
Which is still underwater.
15.
He just, as soon as he gets in the water, he just flips upside down and floats up. It's the most embarrassing thing you've ever seen.
I fail.
So
all right. You guys both are having a real trouble with this. You're thinking that doing the most dangerous kind of scuba diving in the world may not be for you. You guys are currently, after a very brief amount of time underwater, you're not sure if you've got your hoses hooked up wrong, or if somebody put in like helium into your tanks instead of oxygen, or what's going on. You're pretty much laying on the shore gasping for air right now. Each of you guys roll a d6 minus 3 damage to yourselves. Hopefully you'll roll low on this one.
1.
Pete's got an extra stun point. He didn't like it. Chris didn't like it either.
Now, if we try again, we're trying it at like negatives, right?
Yeah, unless you can get somebody like down here to teach you or something like that, that'd be a huge help. Like
All
if you
right,
wanted to
so
hire a scuba instructor to like, we're going into sewers or whatever. They do have people even now in real life that explore places like this illegally. So you'd be hiring somebody for illegal shit. It would cost extra. If only you knew somebody who could put you into touch with somebody like that.
that's fine. We have other places we can go first before I just shoot everybody. And
Oh, pity,
there's
because
a
that one has some promise. There was like underwater grate and all kinds of neat shit.
well, there's a couple different places that have tunnels with gases in them that are hard to get through because of the gases, but we have rebreathers, so we
Rebreathers.
can go through
Yeah,
there.
sure.
We'll go through there first.
There are many tunnels with gases. You're going to have to be a lot more specific.
The Great
Also,
to Indigo goes to a tunnel. There's a tunnel with gases in it at the Great that goes to Indigo from the modern sewers. There's a regular tunnel and then there's a long tunnel.
Oh, I see. Yeah. The poison gas tunnel near Indigo Lair.
Yeah.
No problem. Yeah, you've even got a little machine that says these gases will kill you, but you're wearing your rebreathers. So good deal. Doesn't kill you. It eventually ends in a cave-in, but there's like little spaces between the stones and shit like that. And you can see that there's some skeletons that are partially buried in the cave-in. Like maybe they're not happy now.
Can we, like, I will try to safely move rocks so we can get to the people that died in the cave-in.
Sure. It's a good way to, basically, you're just trying a little bit of stuff. Give me a mining at plus 20.
No.
I was really hoping for a fumble. Just a bit of one small rock, the whole ceiling just flattens him. He's like, God damn it. Pete, you do it?
Fumble.
He does fumble.
Right, both of you guys give me sprinting and strength rolls. The strength is for keeping all of your shit. The sprinting is for getting away.
I'll blow 1 hero point.
God damn it.
No.
It's hopeless. Utterly hopeless. You hate the underground and all that's in it. It cuts to Jacque Thorington, underground cave explorationist, scuba style. Shows him flexing for the camera.
So is there another? So
there are many things here.
what it sounds like is that we're gonna have to hire some jackwagon to come down with us and show us how to do stupid shit so we can get through here.
It does sound that way, doesn't it?
I think it might, yeah. Right. So where would you like to go to find this jackwagon?
The wizard.
Good choice. The wizard charges you less, but I need one of you, and just one of you, to give me a bargain roll as you know you guys work out the arrangements. And for how long would you like? Do you want them on a daily basis or
a week minimum?
Okay, 1 week minimum is easier. He says, "Sure." Who wants to do the bargain?
Do you want me to do it since you're paused out right now?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Nope, I didn't make it.
Right. He says, 1,000 a day. He provides his own equipment.
Sure. Here you go.
Great. He looks impressed. All right.
How'd you go with the trial? Did you get on?
Let's find out how they went and roll low. Not quite low enough. He's on the trial. Give me a doctoring type rolls as you look at the chart thing.
Got it.
He's on the placebo end of the trial. You know how they always have a placebo end and then the regular thing? He thinks he's doing good. So he's up to 8 pills. He's fulfilling his dreams. He's hoping that this works out well.
However, you do now know, Doc, who is administering the trial here at the hospital.
Right.
Because their name will be on the chart.
Break into the doctor's office to find out about the real drug, or at least what all is going on with it. So that's good. Excellent.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a whole nother can of worms. But Jacque Thorington, Beefcake at Large, is available for hire, and he shows up. He's got all his own gear. You guys don't have any because your shit's hidden in the sewer, so you didn't have to carry it all the fucking way out. He's totally confused. You tell him you're doing illegal shit. He objects. The other guy tells him, hey, look, you're getting paid $300 a day. He's like, I can do illegal shit for $300 a day. And so he goes off with you guys. And yeah, the R700 is being kept by the wizard. So, or maybe it's his insurance, or maybe he buys flowers. Who knows what he does with the money. But so you guys and Jacque Thorington, yes, he is delighted to help you. Where do you wish to take him in the sewer of love?
The flooded bit first.
Yeah, we'll go to that flooded part.
By the way, the wizard did tell you in private that he doesn't know Jacque super well. If if certain things happen, it's not like his fucking kid sister's brother or some bullshit.
Okay.
But he is hopefully competent. If also he would of course like your guys' opinion of Jacque Thorington. Jacque Thorington, as far as he goes, let me just do a roll here. Lower is better. Hey, he's not irritating you. He's not begging you to put a bullet into his fucking head. He can tell you guys are irritated about something, so he just keeps his mouth shut and looks to do his job.
All right. So show us how to put the gear on properly and get through this bit.
No problem. He hooks you guys up in the gear totally different than apparently you guys like to wear it. Jacque Thorington makes his scuba roll. Yes. Right. Both of you guys give me scuba rolls. You're at a +10. You have a certified scuba dude with you.
Before you make it. Hold on. You have base, or you don't even know how to do this as an amateur, do you?
No, I do not have the skill currently.
What do you have any cards? Trade me a crap card.
You are a brave motherfucker, Pete.
Yeah.
I like to fight and scuba. Have you had any training on him? No. Yeah, I'll go drinking afterward.
Yes, that will work in scuba. Very good. I play Cram Course.
Ooh.
Jacque Thorington is a very good instructor. Thanks for that, Chris.
It shows him making muscles with the lights behind him and stuff. So, he's doing shadow muscles.
You are not Jim Slade.
All right. You're to +10. Basically, Jacque Thorington gives you guys a +10 in scuba as long as he's around. Jacque Thorington will attempt to rescue Chris. Jacque Thorington swimming out with Chris. Dun 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 dun. CPR on the Chris. You're better now. Try again, he says.
I fumbled.
Holy shit, he says. He's never seen anybody wrap a fucking hose around their neck like that before. He brings Pete in. He goes, do you know CPR?
Got it.
No problem. You bring Pete back to life. And that's the end of that day. We go to the next day. Jacque Thorington is like, he's gotten a reinforced plastic collar around Pete's neck so that he can't choke himself out again. It says world's #1 scuba diver on the collar.
I feel like
Did you? Do you need rescuing, Chris?
Yep.
Here comes Jacque Thorington.
Yay! I made it.
Oh my God! Jacque Thorington's trying to get Chris. Apparently, Chris has managed to rip his mask off, and he has his foot trapped in the thing. It's going to need a strength roll to get his foot out of there, and then because Jacque Thorington is having trouble freeing him. Pete, can you help?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and give me that strength roll to get his foot out of there.
And 93.
No problem. Yes, unfortunately, Doc Fulton is thrashing around so much that you and Jacque Thorington are having trouble getting his foot freed. Jacque Thorington's still confused as to how he managed to get his own foot in there and then knock his shit off. And he's trying to drown himself again.
I need to go. I might be back. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bad shit?
Uh-huh.
You'll tell us later.
Yeah. We'll see if I'm back soon or not. I don't know. So I'll stay in for now.
Yeah. No problem. They're going to drag your unconscious body to the shore.
Okay.
Okay. So, Jacque Thorington is alone with you. He looks at you. He's getting a week out of this at least. It's been 2 days. You will try to kill yourselves numerous times. He is scared to death of what's going to happen next. Are you sure you wish to proceed, sir? He says.
Yeah, well, I made my scuba roll.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, Jacque Thorington's happy to go scubaing with you. You guys swim in, and you get to a underwater grate, which is locked. Jacque Thorington looks at you. He shrugs. He writes on the board, ?
How does it... All right, so looking at it, how is it locked? Is it a chain? Is it...
It looks like one of the big locks like they have on the other grates. Basically, if you got a set of lock picks, then you can lock pick it. No problem.
All right. See if there's any other way for...
No, that's it. I mean, there's other shit you guys check out, but basically, it looks like it ends in a locked underwater grate. It does continue on past the locked underwater grate, and it continues into the darkness. Jacque Thorington shines a bright light down the tunnel and looks at you and nods like,
All right, I will write on the board, can you pick locks?
He cocks his head to one side and just regards you for a while.
Hey, he does the whole illegal cave diving, etc., so he may have skills to bypass locks.
If I roll under 15%, then Jacque Thorington knows how to pick locks.
No.
Jacque Thorington has no idea how to get into his own car sometimes.
All right.
Do you own a lockpick set?
No.
You have one?
No.
I think Chris does.
Well, if he does, yeah. I mean, I don't have the skill, so
it's a good way to learn the skill and to get a check and learn.
Yeah, I'll give it a try.
Cool. Jacque Thorington hangs out and watches.
Lockpicking mechanical.
This is day 2. He thinks happily to himself, they'll kill themselves. Nope. All right, so you and Jacque Thorington, day 2 is ended. You are out of your scuba stuff is being stored there. Jacque Thorington insists on carrying his out because he's not sure if you guys are going to give up and shit, and he doesn't want to go back into the sewers to get his shit. So you guys are having the after thwarting bar beer, and he says,
sorry, I was just going to say, how was the lock?
It's just a big key lock, basically. So it's like a padlock, big padlock.
It's like a big padlock, so a pair of bolt cutters would do the trick?
Nicely.
All right, so we'll buy a pair of bolt cutters. Yeah, we'll get a pair of bolt cutters.
Oh, no, 50 credits later, and it's day 3. Jacque Thorington shakes his head sadly. He attempts to get you all ready for scuba. You're at a +20 today because it's the same thing. Jacque Thorington is convinced you're going to try to drown yourself if he stops watching you.
Mm-hmm. I do not make my scuba roll.
He's just watching you. Like, you managed to kick off most of your gear. He drags you to shore. He goes and collects your gear. He brings it up. He gets you dressed like a little kid with the gloves and the clips and stuff. And he pushes you back in the water to see what happens.
Nope.
He shows him redressing you. He's like, I really admire your spunk. You know, there are easier things, like if you consider taking up lion taming, sir.
Nah.
All right. Well, you've got your bolt cutters. We're going to try it again, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Fumble.
Yep. Okay, now he needs to make a roll because you're trying to kill yourself. Oh, my God. Jacque Thorington is going to die. No. Swim roll at -30 for you to live and get out of there. Otherwise, you may respawn somewhere else. I don't know. I don't know what you're doing if you got your head wedged into the bar somehow, or
so you know. Because he has rolled, I cannot.
Oh no, you can spend a pause if you want, but he is definitely, if you make yours, then you could save him with the swimming roll at full. Otherwise, he's going to die because life is bad for Jacque Thorington. Oh, my God. Okay. Give me a swimming roll if you'd like to save him.
A swimming roll.
Yep.
Nope.
He dies. But so you're underwater, his body is like upside down, wedged into a crevice, and you've got the bolt cutters, and you're like, ha ha ha, Locke, you are my bitch. Well, I need a simple strength roll of +10 to just rip that bolt or that lock right off of there. If that fails, you might go after the grate itself.
Yeah, not a problem.
Oh, great. Great. Yeah, you managed to snip the lock off. Doing so makes you feel so good, despite Jacque Thorington dying horribly. Briefest NPC ever. Go ahead and discard any cards you don't want and refill your hand. You're up to 8 cards because I don't know if Chris is going to be able to come back.
Yeah, wasn't sounding good. I assume the landlady is giving him grief.
They do that. Jacque Thorington, RIP.
Replenish. Damage flavor. Skill +10. Medicine.
Do you get a card?
A bag of line shovel.
Wow. How do you spell Jacque? Is it J-O-C-K?
J-O-C-Q-U-E.
Cool. Well, unless somebody comes up with a better name for it, I was going to call the session Jacque Thorington RIP, just because he's some completely minor character who doesn't matter at all, and they'll have to listen for hours to find out who the fuck he is.
What the hell he is, yeah. The more creative, I've got it here somewhere. May pull out any item from trench coat, but it must not be a weapon. Single item only, no sets of stuff. That would
like
have
a
been
very small
before.
rebreather from when your fucking giant rebreather has completely shut itself off for unknown reasons. Okay, so you managed to get through the grate. You then swim along a long tunnel, which if you weren't wearing the scuba shit, you'd have definitely fucking died. Then you eventually comes to a place where you have to swim almost down, like straight down.
Yep.
Do you have any kind of underwater lights, by the way?
Yep.
Good.
I've got lights and stuff.
I figure you got some waterproof shit. And eventually you come to a strong cross current. I need a swim roll to get across the strong cross current.
Okay.
If you don't, then you will be swept off and killed. So it's basically swim or die.
All right. All right, I'll spend 1 hero point.
Definitely a good time for it here, considering it is swim or die here.
I'll spend the skill plus 10.
Come on, 7 more paws getting sucked out of his fucking twitching body. Then he can become like Jacque Thorington. You get swept off, and we'll discuss your respawn and stat loss.
All right, let's. Yeah, let's get rid of that card. I'm going to play replenish.
That's a really good idea. You really, really want to make this fucking roll. Because, yeah.
No, I don't really need the bag and lie shovel. It's amusing on Jacque.
You could play it on Jacque Thorington because nobody ever sees him.
I was going to say nobody's going to see him again anyway. It's not like I need to play it. Body disappear. It's pretty much disappeared. And then play the replenish. So that gives me 6 cards. Play immediately. Yeehaw. Group Insta hero. Everyone in the group gains a hero.
Oh
This card may
no,
not be
that's
retrieved
horrible.
from the discard pile. And Hollow Victory. Discard all victory cards. Bastard. Where's that victory card? There's that victory card. Climbing plus 20. Nada. Oh, another victory. I didn't realize. I just picked it up.
That's fucking funny.
Oh, it's prestige only, so check in willpower, which I currently have already, so I don't need that, and nothing. All right, so I guess I'm gonna have to blow another hero point.
Do it in the memory of Jacque Thorington.
Go away. That. Fumble, even worse.
You go head first into the rough rocks. It cracks through your mask. Water comes in, kills you. Jacque Thorington meets up with you in the afterlife. They got you too, huh? The bastards.
9.
Wait, a 29 doesn't make your swimming roll?
Nope.
Wait, so you're doing this without knowing how to swim, how to lockpick, or how to scuba dive?
Yep.
Wow.
As I said, I'm not made for. My character is not for these style adventures.
Clearly. I'm impressed.
He's a forensic investigator.
Not an underwater one. Okay.
No.
I wish you all the luck in the world, sir.
Yeah.
Because you are so close. Basically, if you can make this, happy times for you. If you can't, death.
What are we up to? And I'm assuming a strength roll or something like that's not going to help.
No, it pretty much you're swimming across an underwater river, trying not to get caught in the current because it's blasting out one side and into the other side, and it basically takes you away to die. In the most horrible possible.
Yay.
Oh, thank God. How many paws did that go?
I'm down to 4.
How many paws did you eat, I mean?
I had, what was I on? Bit hard to tell, actually. I'm not sure if I was on 11 then.
So not a new record. Got it.
No.
Okay.
So yeah, seven paws.
No problem. After the swim roll of a lifetime, Brief round of applause. You managed to make your abysmal swim, even though it is a bold-faced skill. You're like, I don't need to swim. Jacque Thorington disagrees. But you managed to make it across. And a very odd sight greets you as you surface on the other side of this underground fire hose of death. And where the fuck is it? There it is. There it is. You see, it looks like part of a buried city that seems to be made of glass or metal. Everything is gentle curve, a globe or flourish. No corners or straight lines can be seen. The walls, floors, and ceilings glow with a faint light. As you surface and look in that direction, they begin to glow, almost like it's welcoming you or getting ready to explode or something like that. When you look in the direction, then the glowing starts. It looks like some of the buildings have oddly placed doors or windows, all of which are firmly closed. The size and placement do not speak of human inhabitants, something larger and more crooked perhaps. No sign of the inhabitants, living or dead, can be seen. From this, after you crawl your tired ass out of the river of death, not including the one that you came in, which personally I don't recommend trying to swim or die again.
No.
There's one tunnel that has a nasty climb down, or a long tunnel that away, or one that you need some contortions to get through, or another one that you need contortions to get through, but you can see what looks like something round that, give me a spot at -30. Your flashlight beam isn't quite reaching it and the glowing buildings aren't over there.
Yes.
You think it's an alien spaceship of the 1950s round flying saucer variety?
Yeah.
And the last thing that's in this area, over in that other thing, appears to be some sort of. You played a lot of the Fallout games, right?
Yeah.
You know the round robot that has all the claw things that come up and it normally
Mr.
floats
Handy.
around? It's like a Mr. Handy that doesn't fly and has additional claw things. And it looks at you, and it seems to be a little merchant booth that's inside of the booth, and it has lots of different shit for sale. And it looks at you and goes, and it starts in different languages, and it just starts cycling through the different languages. What languages do you speak?
Latin.
Latin eventually gets hit. Give me a Latin roll.
Or Latin and English.
Well, I think yeah.
Yes, I make my Latin roll.
Oh, good. Hey, do you have 60 or better?
Nope.
Well, this is going to be a hard conversation for you. It greets you politely in Latin. And it asks if you would like to buy things.
Sure. What have you got for sale?
Let's see. There it is. Okay. The robot, by the way, it looks like it's got duct tape and shit like that on it, kind of holding it together. Not a new robot. Looks really old. It's selling some sort of compass. It tries telling you in Latin. Eventually, you're going to fail Latin roll, and it cycles through. Give me a luck roll. Flat out luck roll.
Yes, by 50.
After 72 more language attempts, it comes across English. You are fucking delighted.
Yay.
It speaks English.
Excuse me.
Right. It tells you that the compass leads you to the best place to eat in each dimension.
Okay.
It sets down the compass. The robot also sells cellular phone plans for the various realities.
As in cross? Or just within
well,
each
no,
one individually?
per reality, you have to buy a different SIM card for each, it tells you, sadly.
Okay.
Everything it says as though it's depressed.
Brain the size of a planet?
That kind of depression, yes. It doesn't talk about brain the size of a planet, though.
Good.
It also has wine and booze from various realities. Much of it looks very homemade. You know the little pine trees that you hang up in your car or whatever?
Yeah, the scented things.
Yeah. It has those for sale. It has dirty books from people in different realities. Also, by the way, the robot is built into the wall of the booth.
Okay.
It also seems to have various defense networks and shit like that. Let's see. It also sells bacon flavored condoms, floppy foam cowboy hats, a disposable camera, paperweights, pencil holders, decorative towels, novelty keychains, novelty lighters, a canteen that leaks, shoe insoles, a belt that doesn't match any of the clothes that you have, and special things. Today it has 3 special things that it's selling. It tells you to check back often as the special things change from day to day or week to week. Today it has a crystal that shatters easily but then instantly reforms, an egg-shaped metallic bauble that occasionally spins and speaks in a loud language that nobody knows, including the robot, and an aerosol can that sprays sparkling paint that hangs in the air.
Okay.
This is the worst cat you have ever seen in your life.
So how did you get here?
I was left here.
By?
Whatever came before.
Okay. You don't know who left you here?
No.
So who supplies you with your goods?
That information is classified.
Okay.
Or I do not know. Or I have been made not to know.
Okay. Can I see the list of the pricing and the list of the cellular plans, please?
It says how many realities plans would you like? Or would you like one plan for all realities?
I was curious as to the price comparisons for the different realities.
Take a card, Pete. It shows you a fucking huge list. Basically, there are. It seems that because the list keeps unfolding and it keeps spooling up quickly, it seems that there are infinite realities. Unfortunately, Logan cannot prep infinite realities. So now you get 5%.
All right. I will. Yep. More so to get an idea of other realities out there.
It's a very small sandy roll. Basically, if you fail a sandy roll, you lose 1 point and go.
And no, I do not fail.
Let's see. The robot will sell you a cell phone plan that works in all realities, but it will require wire cutters, 8 meters of red wire, 6 meters of blue wire, 14 bullets from a 9mm caliber, and a stick of gum.
I see. Unfortunately, I left the blue wire in my other trousers.
Very well. It says, do you have anything to trade?
No, money from this realm.
Useless.
Yes, that's what I thought. This Zippo lighter.
I will give you a reality, or I will give you a limitless phone card for this reality for 1 Zippo lighter.
So
it's not a bad deal. Limitless phone for a Zippo lighter, you're thinking?
Yeah, except for how fast we go through phones because we're disposing of them all the time.
True that. Especially in this reality, actually, come to think of it, it's like, a $20 Zippo for 3 minutes or less of conversation? Yeah.
That's right. Unless it was some sort of weird untraceable plan or some number or something, it's not really any good.
The robot offers you a floppy cowboy hat instead for the Zippo. It's one of those cheap foam ones.
So, which network is the cellular plan with?
It doesn't say. It's just a little chip.
Okay. So potentially
fits all ZTAC phones, it says.
Yeah.
You're not sure if it fit your phone. You're like, God damn it.
No, just thinking that if it's, depending on the nature of it, it may actually be one that's not traceable. Because if it's not with any of the known networks, then it's going to be hard for someone to get the number.
Very true.
And if it's well, they're not 2G, so those what are they, stingrays or whatever they call them, the fake mobile towers that they used to listen in on phones wouldn't work either because it doesn't have that exploit.
So you want to give him your Zippo lighter and get a phone?
I'll give him my Zippo lighter for the phone plan and test it out to see if it is actually non-traceable.
Give me a luck roll -30 to see if you can make it work in your phone. It takes a Zippo lighter and puts it on the shelf.
No.
You say.
That's all right.
You can work with it later. Gives you it gives you a hobby. The robot looks at you.
So, do you get many visitors?
Yes. No. The robot hangs its head slightly. You are the first.